Hello, friends. I have been asked to share some insights about prayer. Simply put, prayer is a conversation with God. But it is not like a conversation that we can have with anybody else because God is the creator and the king of the universe. He is almighty and all knowing, and He is more honorable and more important than any president or king of this world. And therefore, when we have a conversation with Him, then it should ideally have praise, thanks, confession, petition, intercession, and dedication. Usually our prayers are lopsided and incline more towards petition and intercession. But a more honorable prayer, a complete prayer, a right kind of prayer will be to include all these aspects. Now that does not mean that God will not hear our prayers if we don't include it, but we owe it to God to include all these aspects in our prayer. But more than the structure and the content of prayer, prayer is about yearning for God's presence and asking Him to get involved in every area and aspect of our lives. So, when we praise, thank, confess, petition, intercede, and dedicate ourselves to God, then it will be very difficult for us to move away from Him on that particular day. And that's why it is said that a praying man stops sinning. But think about the other way. If you have sinned, then it will be very difficult for you to go back to Him and praise and thank and confess and petition and intercede and dedicate yourselves. And therefore a sinning man will stop praying. Faith is what brings us into His presence, but prayer is what takes us into His presence again and again and again. And therefore it's a very vital aspect of a believer's life. When we praise God, we acknowledge His goodness and fairness in our lives and in everything around us. When we thank Him, we show our gratitude for our successes, our opportunities, our achievements, our provisions, and otherwise. So we acknowledge that all these things are gifts from God. When we confess, we isolate and expose our mistakes. We reduce their grip over our lives. But we tell God, Lord, our relationship with You is very important for us. When we petition, we show our dependence on Him. When we intercede, we join with Jesus Christ in pleading for those around us and also allow God to interfere in the affairs of this world. And when we dedicate, we offer our will and life to Him. So if we are sincerely going to pray like this, then we will not stray to the left or to the right. We will only become bolder and bolder to access His throne, to obtain mercy and find grace, to help in time of need. Have a blessed prayer life.